4 laps. So again, Joe Keegan on the pole, but quickly, car 312, Linder is out front. Mike Linder out front, Joe Keegan off the pace. John Ivy sets sail trying to catch up with Linder. Halfway. It's still Mike Linder. He'll get the white flag this time. John Ivy, Clay Kine. Joe Keegan is fourth. And the winner of the dash event is Mike Linder. Again, that's John Ivy coming home second. Finishing third, Clay Kine. And rounding out the field is Joe Keegan. Okay, the lineup is sounds a little bit like this. John Matthews will start first in car 23. Alongside of him, that's car number 7, Bob Cumbo. In row 2, Tim Rowenbeck in car number 80. And 02, Charlie Osborne. The third row consists of car 20, Mike Brown, and number 10, Bob Grubal. And finally, in car 01, that is Jerry Buck. So Bob Cumbo now to a little bit of a lead over John Matthews as they traverse the backstretch. With 1 lap down, Cumbo is the leader. Osborne sideways in turn 2. He holds on to it. And we got a spin on the backstretch. Jerry Buck with a spin on the backstretch. Cumbo the leader. Still John Matthews holds on in second. Now Matthews is squirrely off the second turn. Osborne and Mike Brown nearly come together over there. And it's Charlie Osborne moving around for the runner-up spot at this point. But Mike Brown will challenge him on the outside. John Matthews nearly loops it in turn 4. He's back under power now. It's Tim Rowenbeck moving up to 4th spot. Battle for the runner-up position. Halfway this time by. And Mike Brown now sole possession of 2nd place. He'll go after the leader, Bob Cumbo. This is Cumbo's 5th appearance in limited sportsman action here. And he's going to be getting some heat from behind here in a couple laps. He is winless so far in sportsman action here at the Speedway. Bob Cumbo is. White flag this time. Now Mike Brown pulls up on his deck. He'll immediately go to work on the outside, and we got a spin as John Matthews goes around in the 4th turn. Two laps to go. Bob Cumbo the leader. So new life breathed into the sail of Mike Brown. He'll have 2 laps, now a lap and a half to make his move. And he's working on him in turn 4. Mike Brown in 20. 1/3 of a mile to go. It's Cumbo on the inside. Brown in the high groove. Cumbo sideways in the 4th turn. Squirrely, but he's going to hold on. Bob Cumbo the winner. The runner-up is Mike Brown, finishing 3rd, Charlie Osborne, and 4th goes to Tim Rowenbeck. By the way, we only do birthdays for drivers and car owners. We understand the car owner of 01, Jerry Buck's wife, enjoying a birthday this evening. So happy birthday to, I think it's Stephanie. Jerry Buck's wife and car owner. Feature event here on Goodale Transmission, Junkyard Lounge, Night at the Races. Quickly, the lineup for the 2nd heat race. Mike Rush and Randy Sword on the front row. Row 2 consists of Jim Kidd and Jim Cruz. Then in the 3rd row, it's Joe Hill and Zero Hill. And finally, on the tail, your fast qualifier, Ken Sword. 8 racing laps. Mike Rush is winless in 1993 in heat race action. He is the leader of this set, the 2nd limited sportsman heat event. Randy Sword, last week's feature winner, is 2nd. That's Jim Kidd in the 3rd place, and Jim Cruz in 4th in car number 9. Joe Hill squirrely off the 2nd turn there. Ken Sword and Zero Hill. Still Powell, Ohio driver Mike Rush holds down the top spots. Across flags from starter Jim Paul, signifying 4 laps down, 4 to go. Again, Jim Cruz tries to work the outside of Jim Kidd. Coming up next, the press sprint car first heat race. Cruz unable to make any ground on the outside. A white out this time for Mike Rupp. Ken Sword has moved up to that 5th position. He'll go after Jim Cruz down the backstretch. But no doubt about the winner, his first race this year, Mike Rupp. Randy Sword comes across second. Third is Jim Kidd, and fourth, Jim Cruz. Grid. Starting first in car number 99 from Norwalk, Ohio, Craig Scharfenberg. Alongside in number 9 out of Elmore is Dusty Rodewalt. In row 2, 37, number 37 is Brian Scott, and beside him in number 2, Brian Neeb. Then in the third row, that's Joe Keegan in the K5. And 312 is Mike Linder. And on the tail in 86T, Tim Wood. 8 laps. The press sprint car. In the high groove, makes quick work of Craig Scharfenberg, and that's Brian Neeb in 2 out front. Now Mike Linder pulls his car into second. That orange 312 is still Scharfenberg, the third place car. But now Joe Keegan takes care of that. Keegan is third. Brian Neeb the leader. Halfway, 4 laps down. Mike Linder second. Third is Joe Keegan. Now Keegan off the pace on the backstretch. Keegan out for this event anyway. We saw that car jerk as it come off turn 2. We hope it's not terminal. The leader, Brian Neeb, but now Mike Linder. Mike Linder is closing in. A good race still back there for that third position as Dusty Rodewalt is up to third. White flag for Brian Neeb. Mike Linder with about 5 car lengths to catch up. And it's not going to happen as Brian Neeb takes home the win. Second goes Mike Linder. The black number 9 of Dusty Rodewalt will finish third. Coming home fourth in car 37 is Brian Scott. And fifth, that's Craig Scharfenberg in 99. So again, I was watching Joe Keegan. He was in the third running position coming off that second turn, and I saw kind of a jerk on that car. Okay, and now the lineup for the press sprint car heat race number 2. In car number 6, it is Dave Rice in car number 6, and outside of him in 105, Wayne Buckingham. Second row is Bill Kralik. Bill Kralik in 71, and beside him in 1X, that's Matt Linder, another one of that Linder family. By the way, right now we're trying to get 26 Car 26 off the racetrack. He's got a flat right rear tire, and we don't want him to haul it down in there in turn number 1 and that sucker take off for the fence. So we're trying to get Clarence Ward, W-A-R-D, car 26 off the racetrack. He is unaware that he has a flat tire, but okay, continuing on with the lineup in 22 is Clay Kime, and rounding out the field in 5I, John Ivy. Now I think he's got it figured out. He's no dummy. He got it figured out now. He come off that 4th turn and try to gas it a little bit, and he must have figured he either had studs in the tires or he was running on the rim, one or the other. Here we go. How's that go? In, they're off. Again, Dave Rice, and 105 is Wayne Buckingham. 2nd row, Bill Kralik and Matt Linder. 3rd row, Clay Kime and John Ivy. Eight laps for the 2nd Wing Sprint Car Heat Race. That's Dave Rice in car number 6 from Findlay, Ohio, the leader. Rice from Findlay out front. Bill Kralik is 2nd in car 71. That's Clay Kime 3rd in 22. But now Kime will dispose of Kralik for the runner-up spot. And Kime goes after the leader, Dave Rice. And Clay Kime, the leader in 22. Rice sideways off the 4th turn. Bill Kralik moves Dave Rice up the track. He'll take that runner-up spot. Clay Kime will get the halfway signal this time around. Kime from Fremont, Ohio, on a roll. John Ivy still looks for a way around Bill Kralik. Now Ivy goes to the outside of Kralik. That's Matt Linder in 1X, who joins that race on the backstretch. White flag for Clay Kime. Now John Ivy moves into 2nd, but it won't be enough time as Clay Kime will win. 2nd is John Ivy. 3rd, Bill Kralik. 4th, Matt Linder. So let's hear it for the Press Wing Sprint Cars. Clay Kime, your winner. First heat race, Denny Dean in car number 12 starts on the pole. Beside him in 0, that's Cecil Jenkins. Car number 2 is Randy Maynard Jr. in 39, and Ron Freebus in 90. Then comes car number 4, that's Mike Denny, and 52, Craig Leist. Finally, 92, Donnie Renner starts inside of the 4th row, and starting last in 94, requesting the tail, is Denny Dean. Dean's still trying to get that car sorted out after that shunt with the turn 1 wall last week. 10 racing laps, the late model first heat race. is Denny Dean. Cecil Jenkins runs second. A good battle develops for third between Maynard and Freebus. Maynard nearly into the back end of Cecil Jenkins, but he got a woe down, didn't touch him. They'll complete the third lap this time. Cecil Jenkins looks to the inside of Denny Dean on the backstretch. He can't make it stick. Halfway this time. Again, Jenkins way down into the dirt in turn one, but Denny Dean hangs on. Now Jenkins on the inside, Dean still hanging on in that high groove. 7 laps complete, this time past the start-finish line. It's Jenkins with the advantage down the backstretch. Donnie Renner has now moved up to 4th spot. Flag will greet them this time around as Dean and Jenkins slug it out. Denny Dean hard into the third turn, but he's not going to be able to do it. Your winner is Cecil Jenkins. Whoa! And I'm going to say that Denny Dean's engine locked up just as he stopped or crossed the start-finish line. Spun in front of the field, and everybody missed him, except looks like Ron Freebus might have some front-end damage. I think he must have just grazed Denny Dean's car down in turn number 1. I'll get you a top 4 or 5 rundown in just a minute, as it was a close finish. The winner, Cecil Jenkins, his first heat race victory of 1993 and only his second region. Of course, each of 8 regional winners are given the opportunity, or not the opportunity, they are declared regional champions, and then from those 8 regional champions across the country in 8 different areas in the 90-track National Winston Racing Series system, the national champion comes from those 8 regional champions, and Vallow trying to achieve that goal. $75,000 to the NASCAR Winston Racing Series national champion this year. So Vallow apparently, or definitely, deciding not to go after the Clark Oil Challenge this evening. It will go to $2,600 next week. Okay, and now the lineup for this, the second late model heat race. Burgess White starts first alongside in 15. That's Mike Carroll. The second row is Terry Humphrey and Bill Cantley. In row 3, Carlton Smith, the feature winner 2 weeks ago, and the feature winner last week, John Vallow. And finally on the tail, your fastest 2 qualifiers, Lonnie Rush and Mike Ward. 10 laps for this heat race. And a false start, as the cars weren't to the liking of Jim Paul at the time of the green flag, so we'll line them up and try it again. Burgess White got a bit of an advantage off the fourth turn, and we'll line them up and try it one more time. They were side by side off the fourth turn, and Mike Carroll outraces Burgess White into turn one. He'll lead the first lap. Mike Carroll. Next, Bill Cantley will try to make his way around the red and white number 59 of White, while Dayton, Ohio's Mike Carroll begins to pull away. Lonnie Rush is off the pace in car 83. The war continues for the runner-up position. Burgess White with sole possession of second. Humphrey and Cantley with contact in turn number 2. Cantley is now third. Up to fourth is John Ballow. Carlton Smith is fifth. Now looks to be Cantley off the pace. We're not sure if he's got a deflating tire. John Ballow to the outside of Burgess White for second. White flag for Mike Carroll. Ballow tries to close in on that Oldsmobile, but he won't have enough time. Mike Carroll, the winner. Home second is John Ballow. Third, Burgess White. Fourth, Bill Cantley. And fifth, Carlton Smith. Street stock qualifiers. The lineup is like this, goes like this. That's Heavy Hill on the pole in car number 70, fourth fast time. Third quick in 22 is Donald Parsons. Your second fastest qualifier in car 35, Tom Idle starts third. And on the tail, your current point leader and fast qualifier tonight, his first such quick time of 1993, Dale Brown starts fourth. 4 laps. Heavy Hill, the leader of lap number 1. He and Donald Parsons made heavy contact down there in turn 1. and 2, but they both kept it going in the east-west direction. Still Don Heavyhill the leader. That's Dale Brown up to second spot. White flag this time. And the winner, Heavyhill. Dale Brown second. That's Donald Parsons third. And Tom Idle fourth. Heavy's second Trophy Dash win of the 1993 racing season. Again, your second place finisher, Dale Brown, a gentleman who Heavyhill was having a heated point race with in 1993. Third, Donald Parsons, and fourth, Tom Idle. Heat race. On the pole in 53 is Mike Taylor. Outside of him in 45, Glenn Miller. Second row, it consists of Gary Lamer and Dean Stuckey. In row 3, 98, make that, 47 in row 3 is Randy Tharp, and 51, Sandy Butcher. Then we have 26, Gary Carter, 9, Kenny Thomas, and 74, Roy Harding. They're off to a start. That's Mike Taylor, the leader in 53. Gary Lamer second. The old fossil is third. That's Dean Stuckey. Now Stuckey will try to get underneath Lamer down the backstretch. And he does so. Stuckey been racing since, for a long time, I'll put it that way. 45 years, I think I heard. The Miller Sport Flash now challenges Taylor for the lead. Oh, hello. Oh, Sandy Butcher almost got into the back of Taylor down in turn number 1. Sandy Butcher tries it again. Now Gary Lamer up to join the fray for the top spot, halfway this time. Lamer will try it 3 deep in turn 1. Even Roy Harding is getting racy on us in this heat race. He's up there challenging in that car 74, as is Kenny Thomas. Drop the green this time around. Looks like they're all lined up. Uh-oh, now Kenny Thomas goes to the inside of Sandy Butcher. Taylor's still running mostly in the infield. White flag this time. Dean Stuckey now the leader in 98, but here comes Sandy Butcher in a hurry. Tough break for Taylor. He's off the pace. And Stuckey spins in turn 2. I can't believe it. Roy Harding is the leader. This guy certainly, I don't believe, has ever won a heat race here at Columbus Motor Speedway, but he's going to do it tonight. Roy Harding, the winner. Second goes to Sandy Butcher. I believe third was Gary Lamer, and fourth, Kenny Thomas. Let's do like we did got to stop over there and check his pacemaker, I think. If he gets going again, let's do like we did Clyde Trowbridge a couple weeks ago. We're going to give him a standing ovation. Everybody on their feet, let's hear it for Roy Harding, his first ever heat race win here at Columbus Motor Speedway. A standing O. He had to take his helmet off so he could smile for the crowd. Two is Daryl Dexter and Mike Schweier. That's Greg Wendell in the third row beside Fred Hartzell. Then comes Jamie Hunt and Don Holland. Next up is Brian New, Jim McCulley, and on a tail Norm Ackerman. Deep in 4. Your leader is Herm Huntley. Jamie Hunt up from 7th starting spot. Now runs 3rd. Daryl Dexter challenging Herm Huntley for the runner-up position. Dexter with the outside move on Huntley. Three completed laps. And the new leader is Daryl Dexter. Not going to have to worry about mowing that turn 1 area this week, I don't think. Those guys taking care of the weeds down there. Dexter the leader. Huntley still is 2nd, but now Mike Schweier will look to the inside off the 4th turn. Schweier closing on your leader, Daryl Dexter. White flag this time. Dexter has 2 heat race wins so far this year. Looking for number 3. And he'll get it. Daryl Dexter, your winner. He's followed by Mike Schweier, Greg Wendell, Jamie Hunt, and in 5th, Herm Huntley. So this 1973 Chevrolet Camaro title. Speaking of on tap, don't forget to pick up a Miller Genuine Draft or a Coors Light, Coors Regular beer down at the concession stand. Okay, quickly, the lineup. That's Clyde Trowbridge and Bubba Parsons in row 1. Next up, we've got Bo Davis and Butch McAllister. Then comes Don Townsend Jr., Herb Pennington. Mike Hamilton in 24 is next. Bruce Holmes in 88. 30 is Bill Hunley, 00 Ron Mangus. And in car number 6, that's Steve Tuttle tonight in 6. Clyde the Glide Trowbridge, the leader. He's sideways off the 4th turn. Trowbridge showboating in that car number 69. Bubba Parsons in hot pursuit in car number 12. Trowbridge still holds down that top spot. Now Bo Davis in sole possession of 2nd. He'll look for a way around the leader, Davis will, as Mike Hamilton now challenging Bubba Parsons for 3rd. Here comes the wild man with a crazy hairdo, Bo Davis, to challenge for the lead. Don Townsend Jr. off the pace in turn number 2. The race for the lead, a heated one. Now Mike Hamilton looks to the inside of Trowbridge. It's bedsheet time. The white flag being pulled out of its holder by the starter, Jim Paul. He'll wave it at Clyde this time. Now Bill Hunley and Mike Hamilton make contact in turn 2. And Bo Davis, meantime, challenges Trowbridge on the outside. It'll be a close one. The winner by inches, Clyde Trowbridge. Just barely holds off Bo Davis. It was a close one. Next up, 105 is Wayne Buckingham. Car number 9, Dusty Rodewalt. 6 is Dave Rice. These guys ready to race. 6 is Dave Rice. 99, Craig Scharfenberg. 26, the guy that had that flat tire out here earlier, Clarence Ward. And Clancy Ward. That's Clancy Ward in 26. And finally, on the tail in 86T, Tim Wood. One lap will be underway.
Test 1.
Laps, the press wing sprint car feature. time stopped with a flat tire in turn number 1. He was fast qualifier tonight. Ivy was in 5-eye. Into the lap car, I believe, of Craig Scharfenberg, brings out the... He finished second in both of those, and he was running second. Well, that's interesting. I thought he was in there, but I guess not. That car's steering itself, it appears. Either that or he's way down. Oh, there he is on the left side of the car. Whoa. Give me another drink of that, would you? To win in 1993 and also has not won on pavement. So Brian Neve in car number 2 got to hold John Ivy off for 2 laps. And he's not going to do it. Ivy snookers him on the start, and Ivy is history. White flag. Looked a little bit like the Indianapolis 500. John Ivy, the winner in car number 5-9. Mike Linder now second. Third goes to Brian Neve. Joe Keegan is fourth. And unofficially, Bill Kralik is 5th. So it reminded me a little bit of a late race restart in the Indianapolis 500 when, I'm trying to remember, I guess it was Nigel Mansell got snookered on a restart and wasn't able to catch back up. The same thing happened to poor Brian Neve in search of his first feature of 1993. John Ivy, your winner. Down there accepting the congratulations from series promoter Eric Phillips. Starting outside of him in car number 02, Blacklick, Ohio's Charlie Osborne. In the second row, that's Mike Brown on the inside, and alongside in 98, Mike Rush, your second place runner in the track point standings. The third row on the inside is last week's feature winner, Randy Sward, and outside car 25, Jim Kidd. Then comes car number 9, Jim Cruz. 70, Joe Hill. The number 0 is Zero Hill, no relation to Joe. And outside of him, your fast qualifier tonight, Ken Sward. Next is 80, Tim Rowenbeck. 01, Jerry Buck. Number 7, Bob Cumbo. 23, John Matthews. And 10 is Bob Gruball. The 30-lap limited sportsman feature on Junkyard Lounge Good Ale Transmission night at the races. With an narrow advantage. Osborne coming back in 3 and 4. Outside now, Mike Brown will challenge Justice for the lead. Randy Sward challenges Justice for second. And Zero Hill is off the pace over in turn number 3. Hill retires from the event. Zero Hill is out. Later, Mike Brown works around lap car of Bob Gruball. over Mike Brown's back bumper. The battle for third is a heated one, as now Jim Cruz looks to take over third spot. Cruz in car number 9. Halfway. Randy Sword with a fender on Mike Brown. He squeezes below him. Brown trying to battle back now on the outside. Jim Cruz still third. Kenny Sword up to fourth spot. Jim Cruz slows in car number 9. And smoke out of the engine compartment appears on Cruz's car. Still Randy Sword out front. Mike Brown second. Ken Sword third. Joe Hill fourth. Jim Kidd now fifth. Yellow flag. And Jim Kidd, the top 5 on the restart. To go. Ken Sword looking high and looking low. We're way around Mike Brown. Again, Kenny Sword pressuring Mike Brown for the runner-up spot. They'll encounter lap traffic in turn 3 and 4. Maybe they'll wait till they get on the front switch to get around Bob Brubo. White flag. White flag for Randy Sword, the leader. It'll be close back there for second. But your winner is second in a row, Randy Sword. Mike Brown. Third, Kenny Sword. Fourth, Joe Hill. And fifth, Jim Kidd. Sword, the 1988 Limited Sportsman Track Champion. This car is sponsored by Universal Drywall, Millstream Nursery, Byers Body Shop, Gold Star Auto Service, All City Auto Wrecking, All American Racing Team, Steering Gear, Press Expressions, JC Radiator. So a backwards victory lap for Randy Sword. Ted Rupert, you have a message in the Speedway office, the base of the tower. Ted Rupert, a message at the Speedway office. 2 features to go, folks. Hang on to your seats. The late models are next. So let's hear it. 2 in a row, Randy Sword, the winner. Here on Good Ale Transmission, Junkyard Lounge, night at the races. On the pole in car number 90 is Ron Freebus. Alongside in 4, that's Mike Denny. The second row in 52, Craig Leist. And 92, beside him is Donnie Renner. Then comes Burgess White and Mike Carroll. Terry Humphrey and Bill Cantley. Carlton Smith in 19, John Vallow in 21. 83 is Lonnie Rush. 61, Mike Ward. 31, Randy Maynard. 94 is Robbie Dean. Car number 0 is Cecil Jenkins. And 12 is Denny Dean. third. Carlton Smith up to fourth. Complete, 10 down. Terry Humphrey, Mike Denny, Donnie Ritter, Carlton Smith. Now Lonnie Ritter. Challenges for fifth. For the runner-up spot, Mike Denny, Carlton Smith. Now Denny spins in car number 4. Oh, Cantley. 14 laps are down. Doing his duty on the outside of Donnie Renner for second place. He'll get the halfway signal this time. Now disposes of Renner and goes after the leader. Terry Humphrey in 1, Lonnie Rush in 83. Up to 4th spot. And the new leader is Lonnie Rush. Second is Terry Humphrey. Here comes Vallow on the outside. second. Terry Humphrey third. So Vallow tried all he could, but he couldn't keep up with the fleet. Bob Evans Camaro of Lonnie Rush Sr. Rush's second feature victory of 1993. If you're leaving us now, folks, keep in mind next week a full program, and we'll see if Lonnie Rush will go after the Clark Oil Challenge money of $2,600 next week. It'll be Lonnie Rush's chance to try to go after the money. Again, the reverse victory lap. He'll have to contend with street stockers on the backstretch. Rush's car, sponsored by Bob Evans Restaurants, Speedway Engineering, Campus Auto Service and Body Shop, M&W Race Transmissions, and Bill Davis Racing Rear Ends. Again, his second feature win of 1993. He'll get that free pizza and a round of drinks from the folks at the Junkyard Lounge. In row number 3, that's Jamie Hunt in 93 and Don Holland in 79. 41, Brian New starts in the 4th row. Beside 33, the car number 33, Jim McCauley. Next, we've got Norman Ackerman in 15. 69, Clyde Trowbridge. Car number 12, Bubba Parsons. Number 6, Steve Tuttle. 77, Don Townsend Jr. 89, Herb Pennington. 24, Mike Hamilton. 30, Bill Huntley. Then comes 88, Bruce Holmes. 00, Ron Mangus. 70, Heavy Hill. 22, Bubba Parsons. 35, Tom Idle. 13, Dale Brown. 3 is Butch McAllister. And 72, Rick Honecker. So that's your starting order for the 25 lap street stock finale, the final event of the evening. Out front of Greg Wendell, Mike Schweier, Jamie Hunt, and Fred Hartzell. one feature win this year. As a rookie, Mike Schweier in 43, now second place. A complete lap number 7 this time. Slow in car 15, he's off the track. Ten laps are down. Greg Wendell, the leader. Jamie Hunt is second. Mike Schweier third. Fred Hartzell fourth. Don Townsend Jr. fifth. For Greg Wendell. Working around Mike Schweier. Meantime, Jamie Hunt chasing down the leader, Greg Wendell. Schweier and Townsend in a battle for the third spot. 10 laps to go. For the lead, heats up. Jamie Hunt, the outside of Greg Wendell for that top spot. Meantime, Don Townsend Jr. is now third. Hunt in 93, battling for the lead. Third is Don Townsend Jr. in closing on the leaders. Five circuits remain this time. Down the front stretch. And we got a fender bender in turn number 2. Everybody gets headed the right direction except Bill Hundley. Now he's back out on the track. Up in turn 4, we got Daryl Dexter against the wall over here at turn 4. Donald Parsons, I'm sorry. 4 laps to go. And wait a minute here. We need to get Greg Wendell to come up to speed a little bit quicker on the backstretch. So we're just explaining the Still Wendell out front, Jamie Hunt second. The point leaders going at it for 5th spot. Dale Brown moves past Heavy Hill. Brown is now 5th in car 13. White flag this time as Jamie Hunt tries to go underneath Greg Wendell down the front stretch. Hunt will lead through turns 1 and 2. Now a spin as Mike Wire spins in turn 2. Here comes Wendell back on the outside in the 4th corner, but it's going to be Jamie Hunt your winner. Greg Wendell second, Don Townsend Jr. third. Heavy Hill looked as though he got back around Dale Brown for the 4th spot, but that's unofficial at this point. It is official that Jamie Hunt's the winner. A great crowd tonight. Thanks for coming out. Again, we have based on the great crowd, we're paying a bonus to all the racers tonight. So we've got you to thank for coming out and supporting the NASCAR Winston Racing Series here. We hope you like the sprint cars and all the stock car action. Recapping the winners. In the sprint car division, John Ivey. The sportsman division, Randy Sward. Lonnie Rush Sr. was the winner in the late model feature, and the street stocks, the first time ever winner, Jamie Hunt. Rich's Greenscape, Johnson Disposal, and Jim Stone. Let's hear it for Jamie Hunt. We want to thank again the folks from the Junkyard Lounge. Stop down and see them. Hunt will be another one of those guys getting the free pizza and a round of drinks. And also thanks to Good Ale Transmission, Good Ale Auto and Truck Parts.